all the investors, and again, thank you for taking your time to join the Digital Roadshow event of the MUANGTHAI Capital Public Company Limited or MTC in the first quarter results. So yes, we will start with the presentation, not more than 30 minutes, and we'll go through the Q&A session later. Yes, for the first slide, as you see that for the above table, the financial highlights, as we have communicated with you in the beginning of the year that we set the target of the loan growth for this year from 10% to 15%. So the result for the first quarter, you can see that the loan growth for the year on year is around 14%. So it's in line with the guidance that we give to you. So for the number, the loan receivable for the first quarter was 167 billion baht and increased around 2% from the fourth quarter last year. So the amount increased around 20 billion baht year on year and around 3 billion baht Q on Q. And as you can see that due to the portfolio growth, it made the total revenues and also the net profit increase for the total revenues 7.2 billion baht for the first quarter and increased around 9% year on year, but slightly increased around 0.4% due to the numbers of the day, as in the fourth quarter have around 92 days, but for the first quarter it had around 90 days, so 2 days less. And for the net profit, 1.57 billion baht, increase in line with the AR as mentioned around 13%, and also increase in line with the AR on Q for around 2%. So it made the net profit margin for the first quarter was 21.69%. It's increased both compared to year on years and also the Q on Q as well. The key statistic of the last quarter, you can see that 92 weeks high and low price of the MTC stock was 54 baht and also around 35.25 baht. For the PE ratio, 13.19 times and 2.09 times for the PBV ratio. Also, there no change on the number or the person who are the boards of director and also the executive. So you can see that both founders, Mr. Truchat and Mrs. Daunapa, still be the CEO and also the MD of the MUANGTHAI Capital. As the same, you will notice that the major shareholders of the MTC around 67% hold by the Thai family, which are Mr. Truchat and also Mrs. Daunapa. And the second one was the Thai institution, around 19%. And the third one come from the NVDR and also the foreign investor, around 7%. And the last one, Thai individual, around 6%. This is the milestone of the company. So the company started on 1992. At that time, the company name was DS Listing, that was established by Mr. Truchat and also Mrs. Daunapa. And on 2014, we have listed on the stock exchange of Thailand for the first time. And in 2018, you can see that we are the first in the non-bank industry in Thailand who launched the mobile application we call MUANGTHAI Application 4.0. And back to last 3 years ago, in 2022, we also the first industry that received the financial support from the JICA and also the SMBC Bank. And back to last year, we also have the financial support from the DEG and also the SMBC as well. In 2024, we have the financing with the IFC. At that time, we issued the gender inclusive social bond, and also we issued the first foreign currency bond, which is the USD bond. And also we have got the credit rating upgraded from Fitch Ratings. And this year we have rated as AAA rating in the set ESG ratings. So for this slide, you can see that we have list on the ESG, many ESG index, and also received the assessment from the corporate governance as well. Yes, for the our contribution and support in the first quarter, we separate into the in three times. First is that the community, which is the ESG CSR project that we provide to the people in the rural areas. For example, the project named New Home for Chance. So we are provided and build the building for the student in the rural area. And for the project named United MTC Unite for the community, we have donated the modified motorcycle to health center in the rural area also. And we also provide the computer to the underprivileged school in the rural area under the CHR project named iTech for Teens. In terms of the customers, we do focus on the brand expansion and also have like update the application to make the customer more convenient to use our service. And in terms of the employees, we have improving their skill by providing the training session and also the welfare that we add on from the law. In this slide, this is all our product that we have in hand right now. We separated into two types. The first we call the secure loan, which is include the vehicle title loan and the land title loan. The other one is the unsecured loan combined from the nano finance, motorcycle hire and purchase, personal loan, and also the MUANGTHAI Pay Later. So right now in our portfolio, the secure loan has more proportion of 85% compared to the unsecured loan, which has only 15%. So as you see on the picture in your right hand side for the vehicle title loan, the type of the vehicle that the customer can pledge as a collateral can be the motorbike, the car, which is like the pickup or the sedan, and also the agricultural vehicle car like the tractors. And for the unsecured loan, we provide the unsecured loan to only to the existing customer who has the first contract with us from the secure loan. So it's kind of like we provide unsecured loan as a top up to the customers. But not all the customer that we offer the unsecured loan as a top up, but they should be the good customer who have a good payment record with us around 6 months. This is the credit approval process. So you can see that we have 5 steps, and from the first step into the end, it will take around 20 minutes. So the first step we call verify customer, guarantor, and the collateral. So for this step, we are checking the income of the customers and also the expense, and we require the document from the customer, for example, the ID card, the household book, and also the collateral book. And the next step is that the determine credit line. So we ask the customer for the purpose of the borrowing, and we made the loan tenor that suit them well. For the third step is we call the document preparation. So this step we will do the credit approval checklist, and we explain for the loan agreement to the customers. Step 4 is the loan decisioning, and the last step we call the loan approval. So for the last step, the customer have the option to receive either cash or the money transfer. As mentioned before, that we still focus on expansion of the branch. So as you see that right now for the last quarter, we have around 8,303 branches in all areas in Thailand. And as communicated with you in the beginning of the year, that we plan to open a new branch around 600 branches this year. And for the first quarter, we have already opened around 130 branches already. This is the branch type that we have. We have 3 types right now. The first one is the full branch, which is the biggest one. So you can see this full branch on the big city and also in Bangkok. And for the sub branch and also the service center, we do open it on the villages or the small city. Not only we have our own branch, but we do have our own auction house as well. So right now, MUANGTHAI Capital has 8 auction houses in all areas in Thailand, in the north, in the northeast, in the central, and also in the south. So the process is that if the customer who has overdue payment more than 2 months, the company could repossess the collateral from the customers, but it must be granted an approval from the brand manager, and we will call the customer and explain them the process. And then the debt collection officer will gather the collateral from the branch and deliver them to the auction house. And once we get the auction price, in case the auction price is higher than the outstanding, we will return the money to the customers. But in case if the auction price is less than the outstanding, the customer need to pay at the least. And also another good thing that we get from the auction price is that we know the second-hand price of the collateral, and we will use this number to revise our loan value to provide to the customer as well. So this is the application called MTC Tech 4.0. So as you see that we launched it on 2018, and right now we have more than 800,000 users. So we launched this application because we want to provide the convenience to the customer who can access to the technology. So in the application, they can check the details like the outstanding, the due date, and also the customer can repay through the app. So they no need to go to the branch in every month. And you can see that the review score is quite good for 0.64% out of 5. So this is the details of some of the financial statements. So for the first graph, the left hand side, you can see that the green line, the loan receivable per branch, still increased from 2024 to last quarter. The loan receivable per branch was 20.18 million baht per branch, increased from 20.10 million baht per branch last quarter. And also the asset quality is still improving trend as well. You can see that the state one or the green bar is increased from the last year to 89.55%, and also the state two decreasing in line as well from 7.88% to 7.77%, and also the NPL or the stage 3 is lower than our target that we give to you, that we will monitor the NPL not exceed 2.7% this year. And for the first quarter, the NPL was 2.69%. And also in terms of the NPL formation, decreasing from the last quarter as well, from 2.31% to 2.13%. And also its effect to the credit cost, the red line that we give you the guidance that for this year 2025, we target the credit cost not exceed 2.6%. And the results came up well, that in the first quarter, the credit cost was just 2.41%, decreasing from the last year from the 3%. So there are two factors that asset quality improve. The first factor is that the strategy that we shift our focus from the unsecured loan to the secured loan. And also the second factor is that we need to thank you to the branch staff that they put their efforts on the collection process. And in terms of the coverage ratio, that we mentioned that the target of the coverage ratio will not go lower than 100%, but you can see that for the coverage ratio right now it's just 138%, increasing around 4% from 2023. Yes, and for the total revenue, as mentioned earlier, around 7.2 billion baht this quarter, and also the revenue structure still the same, which is more than 97% from the interest income and management fee. And for the green bar, the fee and service income is decreasing from 2.8% to 2% this quarter because of the asset quality improvement. And the last one is the other income, around 0.5%. For the interest income this quarter, around 7 billion baht. Next is the cost to income ratio. You can see that the graph in the bottom right hand side, the red line is a little bit increased from the last year, from 47% to around 48%, because of it's kind of like the cycle of our operation, that in every quarter we will see the peak of the cost to income ratio, because of first we open a lot of branch in the first quarter, and the second reason is that due to the adjustment of the employee salary base. So this is the reason that why the cost to income ratio increased. The net profit this quarter 1.57 billion baht, still increased from the first quarter last year. And next is the interest income, interest expense, or the funding cost, and also the interest rate on the NIM. So you can see that in the blue line, the first quarter, the interest income ratio was around 17.67%. It slightly decreased from the fourth quarter last year from 18%. The reason behind that because of we charge the interest in the daily basis. So as mentioned before that the first quarter had less day from compared to the fourth quarter. So yes, that's why the blue line declining. And in terms of the red line, the funding cost that we give you the guidance that we will control the credit cost around 4.4 to 4.6% this year. Even if you can see it's increasing from the fourth quarter, but it's increasing in the decreasing rate. So compared to the whole year of 2024, the funding cost was 4.19% and 4.41%, captured on only the fourth quarter. But you can see that it just increased around 0.03%. And it made the interest rate, the green line, this quarter around 13%. The next one is the net profit margin. The yellow line, you can see that is increased from 2024 and also increasing from the fourth year of 2024. So this quarter, the net profit margin was 21.69%, while the return on equity or ROE was around 16 to 17%. In terms of the interest-bearing debt, the proportion is still the same compared to the previous quarter. We used a lot on a long-term loan, more than half, 56%, and for the proportion of the current of long-term loan was around 34% and 9% for the short-term loans. The total liability increased due to the portfolio expansion and also the total equity increasing as well. So its made debt to equity ratio was 3.51 times this quarter, and still decreased from the 2024 at 3.6 times. Yes, before the Q&A session, I would like to share you the social project that we mentioned earlier for the CSR project that we give to the community. So the first picture is from the project name MTC, Unite for the Community. So you can see that this is the picture of the modified motorbike that we provide to the rural area to support the customers, to support the patients and also the doctors in the rural area. And for the No One Left Behind project, we provide and we build the building for the hospital in the Sukhothai province, which is in the north of the Thailand. Right now, we have the undergoing, which is the fourth location in the Kongkairat Hospital. And the right-hand side is the picture from the New Home for Chance project. So we would like to improve the education of the children in the rural areas. So we provide this building in the rural area. So it starts from 2012 until now. Yes, so that's all with the presentation.